Hi everybody, Laura here. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm showing a couple of projects that I made using the latest Simon Says Stamp May card kit. And this is a gorgeous, gorgeous card kit. Has lots of gold accents and kind of has a bit of a wedding theme to it, but you certainly are not limited to only making wedding cards with this. So I'm going to dive right in and show you how I made this card right here. Kind of has this gorgeous embossed resist look to it. So what I did, I took here's the little falling confetti image that I'm going to be using. This is a beautiful stamp set that comes in the card kit. So I'm rubbing down my little panel of Nina Solar White with my magic powder bag. I'm inking up that falling confetti dots image with Versamark ink. I'm going to stamp it across the top. I'm going to have like little confetti falling all across the top of my panel. And then I'm using the Simon Says Stamp clear embossing powder. So when I do an emboss resist technique like this and I'm inking up with clear, Versamark ink, it can get a little hard to see what you're doing. That's why I pour on the embossing powder after each time, because then you can see exactly where you need to stamp your next little row of falling confetti dots. And you can get perfect placement exactly where you want it to go each time. So you have to, it's a little repetitious, but this is what you have to do to make magic, people. You got to ink it up, you got to pour it on. You got to ink it up, you got to pour it on. So over and over. I didn't show the entire thing because it drags on, but you get the idea. Now I'm inking up my last little one along the edge, and then I will pour on my last little batch of clear embossing powder. And I like to just really be generous because you can shake off all the excess. Make sure you get good coverage and then shake off all the excess. And then I'm going to take it off camera, heat it with my heat gun, and then we will move on to inking up. Now I'm starting with Sea Glass ink and my little mini ink blenders. I love these. Couldn't live without them. And so I always start kind of off the card, and then get the feel of how dark you are with your ink blending. So you get a nice little gradient look there. And now I'm going in with mint. So I'm kind of blending in the sea glass with mint. You all know how I love sea glass and mint. I mean, come on. Any card that has sea glass and mint on it is just going to be a home run. Now I'm going in with some lemon chiffon, because what I'm doing is I'm heading into our brand new ink pad that comes in the card kit. People, you get a brand new ink pad in this card kit. It's amazing. What a great idea. This is enough for me to buy a card kit right there to get a new ink pad and a gorgeous stamp set. I'm sold. Okay, so here's the new color. Here she is, pale blush pink, and she's a beauty, let me tell you. And I'll tell you what, she looks absolutely stunning butted up next to lemon chiffon. Oh, I'm telling you. So I'm inking this up. You see this here? You got the pale blush pink. And when it just starts to overlap the lemon chiffon, you get just the subtlest little orangey apricot color. And I'm telling you, it's just match made in heaven. It's enough to rival the sea glass and the mint. So we got all four on this card, and it's just melting my heart. Yes, so now I'm going over and over until I get the vibrancy that I want, and then we'll move on to the sentiment. I am going to be embossing that large congratulation that comes in this stamp set. And it has the most beautiful handwritten look to it, very congratulatory and beautiful and all that. I'm thinking it's probably Christina Werner's handwriting, don't you think? Just beautiful. So I'm inking this up with Versamark ink, and then I'm going to be using a new to me embossing powder color. It's not new, but it's just new to me. It's that Ranger Liquid Platinum. I've seen Jennifer McGuire use it, and I just have to have everything that girl uses. I'm telling you, it's just killing me. Every time she does a video, I find more stuff that I need. Watching her videos actually makes me want stuff that I already have. That's how sick it is. I have stuff, I see her use it, and I want to buy it. I want to rebuy it. The struggle is real, people. I'm telling you. Okay, so after I went ahead and I'm sorry that this video, it got dark. It was like a stormy, rainy day. And oh, by the way, I'm putting on some of this foam again, Jennifer McGuire. I'm trying out this foam. Instead of using that foam tape, I'm putting some of that fun foam when I'm using a full panel like that. And this is the first time I've tried it. I think I kind of love it, and we'll see how it works. Now, I decided to put the little confetti emboss resist coming from the bottom up just to shake things up, and I've got a little strip of gold here from my little metallic foil paper pack. I'll link to all this stuff. You can find it in the Simon Says Stamp store. And then I'll go ahead and pop up my little sentiment strip. Again, that's also has some of that fun foam on the back of it. And that is all there is to this card. It's pretty much finished. Very simple. Congratulations. Probably could be used for several different congratulatory occasions. And then my next card, this one's going to be really quick. I hope it's going to be really quick because I don't want to drag this video out forever, but I use a bunch of different dyes and some of the gorgeous pattern papers and stickers that come in the kit. Now, these pattern papers are killing me right here because they're all double-sided, and I'm so indecisive. I never want to choose which one over there. I don't want to hurt any pattern paper's feelings. I have issues, okay? So anyhow, now the card base, let me tell you about the card base. That comes in the card kit as well. It's the Simon Says Stamp Cream cardstock. And I mean, I never even really noticed the cream cardstock before, but I'll tell you what, now I notice it. It is on my radar. Cream is an awesome neutral color to use instead of white. Instead of fog, you can always go for cream. So now what I'm doing, I'm layering a bunch of die cut pieces that are cut with the pattern paper. I've got the large tag die, the clustered leaves. I did a Paulina butterfly, and then one of these beautiful gold foil doily stickers that comes in the kit. So I'm layering these all up, and then I'm stamping the little Mr. and Mrs. sentiment that came in the stamp set. And I made a little sentiment strip as well, popping this up. Everything's popped and locked and loaded. So basically what I did for this card is I just took a bunch of these gorgeous pattern papers. I used some die cuts that I had on hand, and I just layered it up. And to finish it off, I added these sequins. I've got the 3 different sizes, and I'm kind of tucking them in here and there. Just a little bit of a neutral accent that kind of gives it a little shimmer. So that's all there is to it. Thank you so much for joining me. And I know that you're going to fall in love with this card kit as much as I have. And I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you next time.